Oh, one and all. Excited to be back in the seat, the streamer spot here. I don't actually use my office all. I need to move my mic. Forgot to do that before the stream started. I don't actually use my office like a ton because I have like a work laptop, so I can't just like work on like my normal desktop setup. But it's nice to be sitting here again streaming. I did not think this would happen for a while. I feel like it's when was it? The last time was like in what, December. I think I streamed the dual format energy event, the Modern Legacy one that I top aided. But yeah, we're back. The bans have happened. Oko's dead. Astrolabe's dead. Arcanist is dead. Life is good. All is well in the world of Legacy for now. People are playing a bunch of total nonsense, including myself, because no one really knows what the meta is going to look like. It's hard to say until everything starts leveling out again. Happy that I can start seeing some of my favorite members of chat as well. Some of you I haven't talked to in quite a while, except for maybe in various discords. But yeah, just was not having fun with Legacy at all. As soon as the showcase qualifier happened, I just was like, all right, I'm not playing any Magic. I was just done. And I literally did not play Magic. I booted up Muto a couple times, like Lone Friends cards, but I did not play a game of Magic until the ban happened. Trimmed XJ here. Yeah, I had it growing for almost 12 months. I think it was like 11 and a half, but I finally got it cut because I got married over Zoom. So I was like, I should probably not look like a complete hobo. But yeah, we're playing some Death and Taxes today in the Legacy Prelim here. Pretty basic standard list. Not a ton of spicy stuff. Especially in like these turbulent metagames, you really kind of want to just stick to your guns, stay stock. It's hard, nigh impossible to predict expected metas, especially in like leagues. The leagues are the wild west right now. In the challenge, maybe you can expect to see a more known quantity of like generically powerful decks like Delver or combo decks like Doomsday or Omni, but the leagues are just fucking anyone's business. I've played against total nonsense. I've played a couple of leagues since the bannings happens, and it's just been a mess. Maybe the prelims get a little bit more focused, but I took a look at the prelims on Wednesday, the first prelim that was post Tibalt errata or Cascade errata, whatever. And the published deck lists were like Blue Red Delver, Storm, I think it was Ant, Mono Red Eldrazi Stompy, and there's one more that was like it was like Naya Lands. It was like Lands with Council's Judgment or something. So yeah, people are just kind of doing nonsense, even in streams, or not streams, even in prelims. Speaking of which, I should actually sign up for this fucking prelim, huh? Oh god, all my windows are the wrong size because I haven't played Moto in months. All right, these things only need like 12 people to fire now, right? How do these work? They're 4 rounds. That's cool. I don't think I've ever played a new prelim since they like changed the format. Last time I saw you stream was Knock Me Out of the Legacy Turtle Weekends. Did I stream a Legacy? Oh, I did stream a Legacy Turtle Weekend, huh? I streamed the last one. I got my ass kicked. I think I guess I beat you, and then it was like 2-0 into like 2-2 or 2-3, and I just like dropped halfway through. Something like that. That was one of my last streams. I streamed the NRG dual format event after that. I think those were like some of the only times I streamed. But yeah, we're doing absolutely nothing spicy. 8-2 to 1 to miss top 8 on breakers. Yeah, I think my best was like 7-3. I think I 7-3'd the first one or something like that. I don't have money though. I used it on Valentine's Day for super good food. I mean, that sounds pretty worth, honestly. I have some I have a beef chuck roast in the slow cooker right now. I'm gonna make some French dip after, or I mean, currently making French dip, but gonna prep it after the stream. By the books D&T? Yeah, very generic. I do think Spirit of the Labyrinth is kind of a mainstay of the format. So I talked about this a lot, because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. I think so. Spirit kind of took the place of Phyrexia Revoker in a lot of ways. Spirit of the Lab is in fact Spirit. Yes, Spirit of the Lab is in fact Spirit. I think there are two reasons why I've been playing Spirit of the Labyrinth and I haven't really been interested in Phyrexia Revoker, and it's that I think Spirit of the Labyrinth is a lot better than it used to be, and I think Revoker's a lot worse than it used to be. So I'll just give this spiel right now for anyone that wants to watch the stream back when it's a YouTube video or whoever's in the chat now, and I'm sure I'll repeat it numerous times as people keep asking me the question. But Phyrexia Revoker was a 4-of in Death and Taxes when Sensei's Defining Top and Deathrite Shaman were legal. And the best combo decks were like Sneak and Show with Sneak Attack and like Ant with LEDs and stuff. But now, neither of those cards, like now Deathrite Shaman and Top are long gone. The best combo decks, or the best combo decks I would say, are probably like Doomsday and Omni, which have little to no activated abilities. And all of the fair permanents that you were trying to answer, I guess GTA was another big reason for Revoker back in the day. And all the fair permanents, like random planeswalkers, niche activated abilities that you named with Revokers, a lot of them can be answered by Skyclave Apparition. So I think Revoker is just really, really bad now. Yeah, people like Revoker because it's been in the deck for like 10 years. Like I think people are just kind of shocked because they're used to playing it, but I think it's just really, really past its prime. I think you would maybe play one sometimes as a meta call, like as you could find it as a recruiter bullet, but I think it's very niche and just not super desirable anymore. Whereas Spirit of the Labyrinth, even with Astrolabe and Arcanist gone, two of the big reasons I talked about playing Spirit of the Labyrinth when I was tweaking Death and Taxes, I think Spirit's way better against the combo decks, because the combo decks look like Omni and Doomsday now, where Spirit is one of the most relevant hate pairs you can have after Thalia. It makes the Elves matchup at least reasonable. I think it does it ranges back to worse if Elves starts playing Reclamation Sage again. But for a while, Elves was not playing Rex Sage at all in favor of Collector Roof. If they have Rex Sage again, it makes Game 1's a lot worse. But in Game 1, you can see a lot of Game 1 against Elves with Spirit of the Labyrinth. I think that's about all I have to say about Spirit, Revoker, that sort of thing. The rest of the list is fairly generic. How long have I been playing Magic? I've been playing Magic since, like, Gate Crash. I got into Legacy pretty shortly after, because one of my best friends at high school was a big Legacy guy. He played, like, foiled out Rug Delver. So probably like 2013-ish. Kind of went on a rant and stopped looking at chat for a while. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Going pretty well over here. Boomers can't get over their 20-year-old cards being bad. Yeah, I think Revoker is a big nostalgia thing. Like, Revoker used to be really good. It used to be very important for answering a lot of stuff. You had a Vial on 2 and your Miracles opponent casts Jace, and you just respond with Phyrexia Revoker. It was like such a huge blowout. It was just so, like, naming LED, naming Sneak, like, your opponent show and tells in their Sneak Attack, you or their Grizzlebrand, you put in their Revoker, you play the Crocus, just GG's. It's just past its prime now. Moist Junk. Did Wizards unban you with the latest? Yes, Wizards absolutely unbanned me with the latest BNR update. I was like no Magic before then. Should I get back to 4 Dread Knight? Yeah, 4 Dread Knight, 4 Soulflare Elemental, 4 Plague Engineer. For sure. No Canopy lands? No Horizon lands? Whatever we want to call them? You could probably play like one. This is just a pretty generic list I mocked up. I was a little bit worried because I think the Delver decks have to get a little bit more aggressive. Stuff like Trinity Nemesis comes back, maybe. Threats that aren't Arcanist. Arcanist didn't really deal you a lot of damage. It just drowned you in cards. But now that the Delver decks are probably dealing damage again, the life becomes less free. The Delver deck's less grindy and more aggressive. But it's definitely possible if the format slows down a little bit. If there are powerful control decks you want to hedge a little bit towards, then you could play a Canopy Land. But I just went for a pretty stock list. The Spice is this, like, boring-ass Flagstones that I basically never play, but I was like, why not? Gavin said good waiver cards coming yesterday. How do you feel about that? We believe him? I'll believe when I see it, I guess. I did watch his video. A lot of his things he said made sense. I agree. But still kind of peeved at cards like Hull Breacher and Opposition Agent existing. Generic MTGO question. I just sold out Paper Magic since I couldn't justify having so much money stuck in cardboard. Considering buying an MTGO, but I have no idea how does it cash out if I eventually need to. It's easy to just sell your whole collection to deposit something. Yeah, a lot of big bot systems like Card Hoarder, they can, you can just like put your whole collection in a binder and like export it and import it into like Card Hoarder or whatever. I think Mana Traders might do something similar. I don't use them. I pretty much exclusively use Card Hoarder, but there are a lot of services that will just look at your whole collection and like price it out and sell it, or not, or like buy it from you or something. The other thing is you don't even necessarily need to own cards because there are good rental services like Card Hoarder or Mana Traders. If you don't want to buy like 1,000 ticks for like your expensive blue decks or whatever, you can do rental services. I am sponsored by Card Hoarder, as you can see in the bottom right there. Card Hoarder gives me a loan account. I do also own some cards, and most people probably do own some cards, rent some cards too. But yeah, you can, if you do choose to buy cards, you can sell them pretty easily. I've sold cards and ticks in like pretty big bulk quantities before. Been losing a lot to that BG sword. I think it's a really amazing sideboard card. Dig the list. Yeah, Luno convinced me to put it back in the list. I didn't have it in my first iteration. I think I posted a screenshot with like a second cage, but I think it's probably one of your best cards. Like in terms of combo decks, and I think there's a fair amount of combo decks that are going to keep showing up right now. And equipment are really expensive in combo matchups. So Feast and Famine being like 0 cost if you have 4 mana versus a combo deck where they're really not going to disrupt your connection and you can untap your ports and wastelands and keep mana denying them is nice. How we doing over here? Oh, we got plenty of people showing up. Forgot you got presentable for your wedding. Yeah. Cleaned up a little bit there. Ooh, JPA in here. Flying Whales. Grizzlepuff, Achilles, Fish Duggery. I think Achilles is also streaming. I forget. I think I saw him tweet. Ozzy. Cloudstream is back after a long time. Yeah! It's been a while. I was not happy with the state of Magic. When are the current qualifier points go through? I think for a while, right? They probably did January, the monthly January event. They haven't done the one for February yet, right? Have they? Yeah, I need some more qualifier points if I want to play in one of those. Yeah, it's good to be back, Chyleth. Does anyone know if they've done the February, what are they called? Showcase challenges? I don't want to fucking look up a schedule. Moto schedules are impossible to decipher. Maybe we'll do that between rounds. The event's going to start in like 1 minute. So maybe we'll check that. There's a legacy qualifier last week. The first week. Okay, so there's already been 2. So there's only 1 more then, right? They usually do 3 and then and LCQs. Oh yeah, there was a PTQ last week, right? Not a showcase. Hey, half quarter, 12.50. Thanks for the subscription. I'm glad to be back as well. I'm happy to be here. There's been one showcase challenge. There was a showcase challenge in January. Yeah, I remember. I think Will top 8'd the legacy one. Will Kruger, buddy of mine. But yeah, I don't know when the one in February is. It's probably got to be within like a week or 2, right? Be new. I played against them in a league yesterday. I think they were just playing like Rogue Delver. Should be great for me. Yeah, he had an Uro in his deck. The classic D&T hands. I mean, maybe not the classic D&T hands. It needed to be like Wasteland Port. Yes. Alright, yeah, we'll keep this. Bottom Wisp. Nice, it resolved. We did it. Delver of Secrets. Sure. I'm probably just going to fucking pop off this Wasteland unless I draw a white source here. Even if I do draw a white source, I might do it anyway. I swear we bottomed you. Ding. Maybe we should actually cast this other Aether Vial. I kind of forgot I had a second Aether Vial in my hand, I'll be honest. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I definitely just zoned out on having the other file in my hand. Gotta get used to Moto again. I haven't played nearly enough. Yeah, absolutely should have played second file. That was a dumb thing to do. It's fine, though. We're fine. Everything's fine. We'll draw this land and play this other file now. Yeah, see? Easy. Extra ships are back indeed. Are you saying I don't play perfectly all the time? Was it dumb? I feel it was actually good. I think it was almost certainly correct to play the second vial there. Getting double vial is really nice. Especially because I kind of want to go to 3, and I don't actually really know which one of these I want to put in right now. People love... Yeah, I love a good aggressive Wasteland, but I also just did not... If I had remembered I had a vial in my hand or, like, paid attention at all. Do I want to put in just Thalia right now? Do I just want to wait for Spirit? What am I scared of on 2 mana that I'm, like, taxing here? I think I just want to keep this... Like, if they tap... I think I just want to... Although, maybe this is bad. Because now... Because if they have 2 mana, they can cantrip, and then if they go land cantrip, I put in Spirit, they can cast a Bolt on it on 2 mana. Wait till they fetch then Thalia. That might be the play. Maybe they'll just cast a spell here and get got. Nice. It's not a brainstorm, but we take those. Hey, Patrick. Thanks for the 20-month resub. Appreciate your continued support. Oh, they only have 1 land, too. Now we just get to Thalia them as well. Yeah, so we just leave this vial on 2. We can go to 11 before we Wisp, because we just want to lock them out now. Oh, GG. That's the ball game, folks. I'm probably thinking this is bullshit, bring back Oko. Oh, do they not have a land here either? Did they shuffle? I was not even. Yeah, they're just absolutely dead, though. Tick up, tick up. Just have this plow, too. I'm not even gonna plow. Okay, yeah, they they see the relic on the wall. Yeah, back in the saddle again. DHA is the best card to take them out of this. It was. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, maybe... I don't actually know what the play there was. I think the reasonable play... Oh, right. I made that redemption wrong, Storm Thief, sorry. There's like a specific thing you need to do with redemptions to add a little text box. Oh, don't look at my Twitter. I made the ask a smart question redemption, but I forgot you have to edit it and give them a specific like text box or something, right? Require viewer to enter text. Yeah, there we go. Save. You're free to ask your smart question, though. When will you burn aspirants? I do have a stack of 100 aspirants I got for Christmas. We lit our fire once over winter break, but I forgot to like record myself burning any or something. That would have been a real good Twitter drop. Also, thank you for using the Ask a Smart Question redemption so I could fix it for everybody else. Your 1001 point sacrifice will be noted. If you're just early, and we're all waiting on it for 40 minutes, I'm willing to 1v1. Can quit it. No, that's reasonable. We'll see. There's probably a lot to chat about, too, though. Usually, sometimes when there's like a bunch of dead air, then I'll try to do something like that, but I'm sure there are a lot of people. People are excited about Legacy again, so I'm happy to talk to chat, ask questions, answer questions and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, sideboarding against Rug Delver. What even is the meta these days? Nobody knows. The meta's existed for like 4 days. People are just like playing whatever. We'll start seeing the good decks rise to the top probably in the challenges on the weekend. So we're gonna bring all these. Second Prelate's finally good against Delver again because Oko's gone. So like Prelate 1's just the nut. Gets a little bit worse post-board because they have Abrades, but it's still just a really powerful tool. Yeah, the meta is just register whatever the fuck you want. Is Rip great? Rip. I know they have Uro. This specific iteration has Uro and Channeler. So I think Rip's good enough. I think we're back to cutting a recruiter being good. Did my Ask a Stupid Question redeem not go through our roll? I didn't see it. I didn't see a redemption happen. Oh, no, I did see it. What constitutes a stupid question? Sorry, I just missed it. Oh, crap. I didn't hit submit. Panic! I spent the whole time talking. This is not a good stream. I got to 60 cards and submitted a deck list, though. We're good. Aren't good decks by definition is the one that rise to the top? Yeah, but we don't know if they're good or they're just like the level 0 thing, right? Something might be like a reasonably powerful strategy, but end up being like pretty weak to later decks that show up and kind of fade into more to obscurity. So a little bit like good week 1 decks are not necessarily like good decks, you know. We'll keep this. Hey, Alex. Good to see ya. Saying Ape and Show? Not necessarily. What else? Outside of coffee shops, stealing Wi-Fi. Probably want to plow the... Man, it feels good to think about plowing Delvers again, rather than be like, I can never plow a Delver, because then if they ever cast an Aspirant, an Arcanist, I just fucking die. What if I'm actually just supposed to, like, aggro Wasteland that? Yeah, I'm definitely just casting Mom there and not plowing. I'm just thinking about, like, in future turns, I can plow this Insect Aberration and not feel horrible about it. What did I end up sideboarding? I think I cut a Wisp and then didn't board in the second Prelate or the Rip because I panicked and forgot what to cut. I probably would have cut like another Wisp, and I don't even know. With Skyclave, I've had trouble boarding against Delver, just because you have too many good cards. Aspirant Delver, you just broke it. How many points? Please no. Chat's moving too fast. Can't keep up. Shave Recruiter. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to cut Recruiters against Delver again because I don't think the matchups are as grindy. I could be wrong, but like, what would you be cutting? We have 5 Wardens against Delver, maybe 4. I am just Rustic 7 streamed it for. You're not wrong. We know they have a Daze in hand. I don't really want to Wasteland Double Bulk necessarily, so I might just plow this Delver. Say go. Be cutting Jailer, yeah, but I already cut the Jailer. Are you playing D&T All-Star Luminarch Aspirant? Good. That's almost a smart question, but I'm glad you selected the correct category. I don't really want to... I'll talk about Jailer more. I need to talk less because I'm getting super distracted. I think I do still want to Wasteland. What do they do with this Brainstorm. They Brainstorm shuffled. I don't think I'm super interested in... I don't think I want to plow upkeep, right? What if they just have like 2 dazes? Do I care if they have 2 dazes? Not really, but... Am I playing around Force and Negation out of Delver? I'm playing right now. If you have too many ins versus Delver, do you really need path number 2? I think the paths are definitely more... I would cut to 1 path, but I think the paths are more for the other creature decks. Like the Mirror or Maverick or other just kind of creature-y, Eldrazi, stuff like that. That was the idea behind it anyway. I did almost cut to 1 path, but it's definitely not for Delver. I think the Delver matchup's good enough. Ooh. Alright, so we... I mean, they could not have that daze technically, but... I think we're fine just taking another hit and casting Thalia here. I might wasteland this Trop after casting the Thalia, even. We can still cast a Plow Through, Thalia attacks, and a Daze next turn if we want. If they tap out, we can slam Prelate. Ooh, Chain Lightning. It's unfortunate, because now they can just Chain Lightning my Thalia and then have Daze up for my Prelate. Now we just Plow plus Port. Judgment's a nice pickup. Yeah, I don't know why people keep playing Rug. I feel like Rug just gotta be like the worst Delver variant you could play right now, right? Just like your cards just don't feel that powerful. Am I gonna cast a monkey here? No, just a ton of Delvers. Like 2 cards in hand. I think we're just gonna play Prelate on 1. We have Judgment to clean up this Delver afterwards. We've cast 2 of our Plows. Opponent's flooding out pretty bad. Oh, they also didn't flip. Didn't even notice that. Can we attack safely? We have to be able to attack safely, right? I guess, no, Brazen Borrower can't block. It can only block flyers, right? It's not even going to kill this Delver. Wait, this Spirit doesn't do anything, though. I mean, I guess it attacks, but they can't draw cards anyway. Whatever. It attacks, and I think that is probably the important thing here. I'm giving them more chances to find a Force to potentially pair with the Daze that might be in their hand. Yeah, I'm just porting this in F6ing. No BTTV on this jump, man. I haven't fucked with that shit in forever. I would add it, but I'm lazy. It's hard. They disenchanted my Spirit. That's acceptable. Do we have Judgment for a better permanent? A guy? Yeah, Channeler. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I kind of want to get the power in play. Delver's just not flipping, huh? Don't think. I guess double green is like a row, but I mean they don't have an Ur in the graveyard, so. Man, this Delver just is not flipping for them, huh? Looking sharp for the new format. Thanks, Dukes. Still don't even think I want to Council Judgment this Delver. We're just going to be winning this race now, so I want to be able to Council Judgment like another Channeler or something. Let this Delver reveal something, potentially. But I think we're just putting down greens now. Putting down red turns off another channeler. Putting down green turns off, like, I don't know, Hooting Mandrills, Tarmogoyf, Uro. Surprised they didn't wasteland a port. Doesn't really make sense. Yeah, this is Delver I would have flipped. I would have had to fire off the Council Judgment a lot earlier. That's for sure. I think I wasteland both my ports. Saving wasteland for the flagstones. They have to fire off these wastelands now, right? Yeah, there we go. It's funny though, because like I almost want the. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. I said a bad thing. I didn't even finish saying it, and it was bad. I said I almost want them to flip the Delver because it's probably just going to flip off of a cantrip, and like then they just are drawing dead cards for my Sanctum Prelates. Man, what a fool I was 20 seconds ago. All right, now yeah, we definitely have to Council Judgment this this Insectile Apparition and then draw like a Flicker Wisp or something. Go away. Man, opponent didn't even fucking let me finish my sentence before punishing me for my hubris. At least Thalia blocked this illusion. For now. Bolt. Dead. What do we want to draw? Wisp. Stoneforge Mystic. Ooh, that's horrifying. So. Hey, Dr. Bill, thanks for the Prime Gaming subscription, and we're dead. That was unfortunate. Man, we flooded out hard at the back half of that game. Unfortunate. Alright, now we can actually fucking... I'm going to ignore chat for a little bit and actually figure out what the hell I wanted to sideboard last time. God, yeah, like... There aren't very powerful... Like, maybe sort of Fire and Ice? Maybe cut, like, a... Am I supposed to shave a land? Don't actually knows. Because I definitely want these cards. Both of them seem quite powerful. Can't help but feel I'd want Goyf over Channeler and Rug. Yeah, it's weird that you're, like, playing Rug, but then you decide to, like, play a bunch of specifically blue-red cards still. I'm not sure I follow the Rug Delver logic right now. Would expect to see stuff like Mandrills. Or the Sicko is playing Goose. Yeah, and like, yeah, like Blue-Red could play Channeler, like, potentially reasonably as, like, kind of a Tarmogoyf-esque card. Yeah, Young Pyromancer, Sprite Dragon, yeah, exactly. These are all just like, oh, I want to play Blue-Red Delver, right? It's like, why are we playing Rug? Maybe I do just want to cut Thalia. Even, like, post-Oko Arcanist world. I don't know why your comment got auto-modded, Dukes. Apparently, ho is auto-modded. I'll allow it. You're allowed to say ho, Dukes. Don't want to shape too many Wisps, though, because like you do want like good, decent like blockers for Delvers. It pairs well with Skyclave Apparition and stuff. Let's just hit submit on this. That's probably fine. Wait, what did I end up cutting? Thalia? Oh, these are the hands, huh? These are the hands that you're like, man, if I like them a lot more on the play because you can't get dazed, but like if they do have force, you get kind of bodied. I think it's worth keeping, though. It's a very powerful hand. We have a ton of white sources in the deck. This is an easy keeper snap mole. I think it's a keep. Probably a mole on the draw, I would say, because there's a lot more likely to get dazed. Nice. Can still get shattered though, because it's a post-board game, so we're not entirely out of the woods. But we can hopefully mana deny things if they fetched. But now they might be able to just line up a 2-mana shatter if we don't find a white source. Ah, never mind. Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to say go. I don't think I want to walk either of my spells into a daze. Sucks that they led with a fetch go, so I can't like port or anything. Hey Lynn, thanks for the tier 1 subscription. Appreciate the support. Oh, they're just saying go. Oh man, they're gonna shatter my vial. Bribing you in advance, please don't port my Planescape, thanks. I make no promises. Yeah, they're absolutely about to shatter my vial. Oh, there's brainstorming? Sick. That's totally fine. Now we get to wasteland the Trop and hold up Spirit or Stoneforge Mystic. Also, if they have to fetch to shuffle before their draw step, we can port the thing too. Ported the fetch upkeep? I don't think so. What's the reason? Like, if they brainstorm, I just port the fetch in response to the brainstorm, right? A Tartan... Wait, what happened? I think that was a follow. Oh, I don't have my stream labels thing open. So, Tartan Scarfman, I think it was. Thanks for the follow. Make them commit to a color and also makes their brainstorms worse. Yeah, I don't think there's that much additional information rather than porting a fetch in response to a brainstorm. So now we're just going to wasteland the Trop, say go. They have to fetch to shuffle the brainstorm cards, and then we can port then. I mean, I think a little bit of it is Chylith. Not specifically that Legacy's balanced because it's hard to tell which Delver variant's the best. I think it's hard to tell which Delver variant's the best because the format's existed for like 4 days, right? Wow, they're just going to draw their card. Interesting, okay. And then shuffle. Come on, cast a cantrip. It's just a dude. That's fine. Now we just get to Stoneforge Mystic plus Plow. Go away. Stoneforge for Sophie? Jite? I guess Jite. We just have the skull though, which is just really fucked up. Yeah, no ports or anything, because we just want to put it in our Batter Skull, smush them. I don't see Hawks in the list. Maybe one day we can bring the Squawks back. That was one of the most fun times I had when I built that deck on a whim. What are you going to cast here, opponent? I don't think I'm scared of a whole lot. I guess, like, Shatters are minor. Oh, okay, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing, opponent. We do get to prevent the card draw, though. Gain 3 life and put a land into play. Or don't put a land into play. Yeah. Uro is not the most powerful card, especially as Delver specifically. Let's draw a 4th land, so we can just like Sword of Fire and Ice. Sick. They're dead. Got him. All right, we'll take those. Now I have time to actually look at chat. Jeez, chat was going way too fast. Yeah, Spirit was so fine. Not exactly the strongest synergy, but it gets the job done. Especially for a Delver, you gotta give it the pro red so they can't bolt it out of the way. What am I missing out on? Yeah, catch you later, Dukes. Good seeing ya. Excited to experiment with the new format. I'm sure happy days for all of us Thalia players out there. Grizzlebuff versus JPA. Amazing. I Oklahoma has redeemed talk trash about Lumina Aspirant. I do. I love this. The channel points reward or whatever. Honestly. But, like, it is... Aspirant is certainly something. I'll be honest. I genuinely harbor no ill will towards Phil. I see Aspirant as a meme much like Tithe Taker was for, like, a year. But he, like, doubled down so hard about it. I feel, like, kind of bad because I've made it such a meme to make fun of it, but he's so genuinely into the card. But, like, I'm going to be perfectly honest. The card is just not what TNT wants or needs, and or has wanted or has needed at any point since we got the card printed. Maybe one day there'll be a list that I want that has Aspirant or something. But it doesn't check any of the boxes. Alright, why am I so handsome? Good question. I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. I finally got a haircut after 11 and a half months. I stayed away as much as I could, but I got married over Zoom February 3rd, February 4th? I already forgot my own wedding anniversary. No, it's the 3rd. I was right the first time. So I got a haircut. Nice to have short hair again, but it was also winter. I liked having long hair because it kept your ears warm. What? Why did... Oh, thank you for permitting that. I don't know why. Automod's going nuts. I need to, like, tone down Automod or something. It doesn't like the term rat. Automod is, like, super aggro. Chat settings. Manage moderation settings. It's at level 1, a little moderation. Moderate discrimination, sexual content, hostility, and profanity. I'm just gonna turn Automod off. Automod has never actually helped me. I can just fucking, like, delete someone, ban someone if they say something profanely stupid. Alright, we're back. I turned off Automod. Looking forward to playing D&T at Missouri MTG's event coming up. Yeah, I'm excited. The one nice thing about COVID delaying Jeremy's events by like a year is that Legacy's in so much of a better place right now. Why are we already getting Strixhaven previews? Yeah, it was weird. Like, called him going like a week ago. We're getting Time Spiral remastered or whatever next month, and we know like 5 of the cards. Yeah, Jeremy's tournament probably isn't happening this year. He says he's waiting to see. I mean, obviously, I think it's tentatively scheduled for July 31st or something. But it's all contingent upon like vaccination rates at that point and stuff. Better mark that wedding day somewhere. You remember, John? I don't even know if we're gonna consider this one the official wedding. A lot of it, the reason we did it was like we just wanted to like get it out of the way for legal reasons. But like we're gonna hold like an actual like wedding ceremony, even though it's not gonna be like the legal part post COVID and stuff. So like I don't even know which day will qualify as our real wedding because it didn't feel very wedding-y. We got married over Zoom with like a judge over like took like a minute and a half. Yeah, just whatever day we want, I'm sure. Yeah, the vaccinations have not been going super well so far. My wife got vaccinated though, but she works on a medical campus right next to a hospital, and she's at risk because she has to go in every day, or had to. She got her master's recently. She's like basically done mastering out. I think her official last day is next month, but she's mostly done going in. To the big ceremony, the real one, because that's the fun with that. Just me. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we both thought. I got there was like a bunch of it was a really big deal to like a lot of my family. I got a bunch of text messages and calls, and they sent me some cards and stuff. But like, me and my wife both didn't really think it was a really big deal. So we're like, well, we didn't really do like a ceremony, invite all our family and friends and stuff. But yeah, happy to have it happen. Still getting used to calling her my wife. Is that weird? It's weird because like I'm used to calling her my girlfriend, used to calling her my fiance after like last year, and now I'm changing it to wife. I'm sure there's just an adjustment period for people. Momentous events are weird in COVID times. That's true. Every newly married man feels that way. Okay, it's also weird because she's been calling me husband for like 2 years. So I guess she's very used to it. The married man met at MGO. Suspend 6, create a wedding enchantment token. Yeah, I know a lot of people that have pushed their wedding date back several times by now. Shoutouts to my boy Static. But yeah, we haven't even started planning. We're just waiting until all the stuff blows over. We'll plan it after that. Just not even close to wanting to try to deal with the stress of planning it around COVID's volatility. Can we talk about the shards Nico creates being enchantments, not artifacts? Shards sound very much artifacty, not much enchantmenty. Yeah, and didn't they like make a point of like the distinction between artifacts and enchantments, and that enchantments specifically aren't like one-time use things a lot? Like it is literally just like a clue with extra text. I'm sure they did it for like some flavor reason, right? Nico is from Theros, I think, which is obviously a very enchantment heavy place. Get a friend to do the ceremony. Yeah, that is one nice thing when we can do whatever we want for the actual ceremony because we're already legally married, so we can just fucking do whatever we want for the ceremony. We don't have to do anything by the book. It's just a big party. I do miss paper magic. Playing in events was a ton of fun. Maybe one day. Don't play Moto, so I only get to play paper. Yeah. There's only so much that Moto can stand in as it's a paper enjoyment. Not open my deck box over. Yeah, I own a set of the Secret Lair Thalias, and I've never put them in. I've never played them in paper because they came out in like February, and then March happened. I keep getting D&T mirrors links often enough to not want to cut this jailer, but it feels like I'm cheating. I agree with Min. Someone else brought it up a little bit in chat, but I was swamped playing the game and got distracted. And I was playing more distracted enough, and now I can talk about it in the next minute and a half. That Jailer is potentially decent because of the return of like normal blue control decks, but Min brought up a good point that a ton of these blue control decks are just they're all Hull Breacher decks now. So in addition to Leovold from Bug specifically, all these blue decks get answers to the Monarchy that are like super punishing. It's not just like Narset where it's just like, okay, well, I guess I don't get to draw my cards until you take the Narset off the board. When they like Hull Breacher you, they just actively start getting mana. Yeah, if like 4-color loam gets really big specifically, then you want Jailer, because Jailer's really always been really powerful against them. Is Hullbreacher stuff actually good, or is it all Honorog's influence? I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that Days Undoing is good. Hullbreacher has seemed relatively decent, but in a world that blue isn't the absolute king of the hill like it used to be, like it was pre-ban, where it was just like Delver and Snow butting heads for most of it. The Hullbreacher Days Undoing thing was a lot more free because Hullbreacher was just like a better card. But I think like playing your bad card in Days Undoing to make your good card Hullbreacher do better, I think is a little bit more iffy when Hullbreacher is by itself also worse. Yeah. I'm not convinced that Days Undoing is what people want to be doing. And someone's going to fucking tell me that it pitches to force, and I'm not going to give a shit. Because it's not a good argument to put a card in your deck. Alright, keep lands, spells, etc. But it pitches to force. Hullbreacher is great for all the reasons we like Spirit. Yeah, but they're also different decks, so it's I'm not certain if that applies perfectly, right? Like, they don't necessarily have all the problems that we do. I like it specifically because it is a hate bear that's like one of the most useful hate bears against stuff like Omni and Doomsday and Elves, and blue control decks don't necessarily have those same problems. What are we playing against? Another Misty Rainforest deck. Oh no, no, stop it. Okay, it's lands. Got nervous. Basic forest into 1-drop. Lands much better here than elves. Main board Titan ramp. That'd be terrifying. My assumption would just be lands that has like the one of Ancient Tomb or something, but maybe it is like Titan Stompy or something. I think we're just gonna Stoneforge for sort of Fire and Ice regardless. Labyrinth obviously doesn't do a ton here. Yeah, most of the RG builds will have the one of Tomb for like the crop rotation turn 1 sphere post board anyway. Sometimes I've seen it in the sideboard. Oftentimes you see it in the main board. Main deck, sideboard, whatever. My assumption until seeing more is definitely that this is just normal lands. Gonna recruit up a Sanctum Prelate or a Skyclave if they play like a Valakut Exploration next turn. That card is scary as fuck. That's pretty horrifying, huh? So if they have crop rotation, they can't port my Caracas and kill me. Right? If they have crop rotation, the fact that they didn't port me makes me extremely nervous, right? Because it feels like they are leaving up the ability to instant crop rotation kill me if I tap out or something. So then I just want to Caracas go, put it in the sword. Because if they port that, they're 1 mana off. Unfortunately, it means they could probably do it next turn, so I need a plan for that. I don't have one right now, but maybe we'll draw one. Yeah, absolutely playing around crop rotation. No reason to just get got here. Unless this, like, not porting me is just like a sick bluff. I don't even know why you would bluff rather than try to not deny me mana. Maybe because I have Stoneforge in play. So it's like the port doesn't really do a lot. Like, at least make him play scared. but I could have easily, like, if I called their bluff and, like, played a prelate, they would feel really dumb about not porting, right? Yeah, this looks like crop rotation, right? No. This is crop rotation. But now they don't have enough mana. What are they doing here? We're in my second main. I'm just gonna cast this recruiter now? Because they can't crop rotation. They're 1 mana off. I think I want a recruiter for a an answer to Merit Lage, though. Like, maybe I don't need to go grab a Flicker Wisp. As much as I want. Yeah, why port in the main phase, too? Yeah, and before they, like, fucking Spirit Guide me. But, like, we clearly can't beat Spirit Guide. Yeah, I think I might have to go get Flicker Wisp here so I can stay afloat. As much as I want to, like, Spirit of the Labyrinth, or not Spirit of the Labyrinth, Sanctum Prelate my land's opponent. I think my opponent looks to be posturing towards Merit Lage, so I should probably plan for that. That's what he wants me to think. The mind games of taking 2 damage for no reason to, like, port me weirdly to make me go get a Flicker Wisp. We're in deep. Hey, catch you later, Colonel Crabcake. Opponent says I can't count in chat. Alright. That mystery has been cleaned up. Opponent thought they had enough mana to port. And then Merit Lage me. That was their plan. Lily's going apeshit in the other room. Alright. Well, so they very clearly have crop rotation in their hand. I mean, we basically knew that since the start of the turn. That's spooky. They have, like, another land. They could wasteland me. Port me. They don't have another land. Nice. So now they can't waste me and port me and crop rotation. So I think I'm just going to flicker my recruiter off the guard. Maybe they'll wasteland my flagstones. I kind of want to hold it in my hand just in case, like, we reach a position where they can wasteland me to tap me out of sorcery speed. Wait for Wisp, honestly. Yeah, I'm definitely playing the port. Trying to think of the best way to play this turn. There's no punish for attacking first. And then post-combat Wisp my recruiter. Right. Port. Wasteland. They don't have enough mana for crop rotation. Okay. So this generates a blocker at least, which is about the best I can do. Now we can go get Prelate as well, though. So if they have, like, a P-Fire that's rotting in hand, they find a red source, they can actually just kill me anyway, right? I mean, blocking a 20/20 is a lot better when we have a second Wisp in our hand, right? That's kind of the idea. Do we beat P-Fire? We don't beat P-Fire. Unless it's off of a Grove. Although then we probably die because they could buy it back and burn me down for the last points. Here's the crop rotation merit liege. Why did they wasteland it instead of porting? Could have kept an extra land around, right? Yeah, I don't think any of our lines reasonably beat P-Fire, or at all beat P-Fire. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Yeah, even through port, we can Flagstone's second wisp kill the village. Did they just click through combat? Opponent is... opponent was too eager to attack. They're not having a good day, huh? I mean, just gets my wisp off the board, and then we wisp the merit liege and kill them, so like we're still fine. It's not like that was a lethal attack or something. Yeah, they threw a ton of resources away to just eat it to the second wisp. I guess they don't technically know about the second wisp, but they should know something's up because I specifically didn't seek one out. Oh, and did they have the P-Fire too? Oh no, okay, that's just Loam. We're good. Oh, wait. Now they can wasteland... Oh no, they had to play the Verdun as other land. Oh no! We're still dead! I mean, not dead because they didn't attack, but we would be dead, right? Jeez, Mox Diamond? So they could port me here? What's the play now? Draw third basic planes. Think put in swords is my best play. I blame the wine. I'm so confused. Yeah, they fucked up again on the lack of attacking there. Oh, that's a good draw, huh? I don't think I want to plow this now. There's a chance we get an opening that we don't need to plow it, right? This flagstone's gonna be basic. Yeah, it certainly would be better it's a basic. They might have to go for... if I play the flagstones here, though, they might have to go for their bad line, where they, like, wasteland my flagstones to take me off of white, and then we just end up having to... we end up plowing this. I don't think I want to plow right now. Attack for 4. I guess I could, but no, they have the combo back in hand, basically. So we need to stop. Maybe it is correct, because otherwise I just lose this wisp for no reason. This is game 1. It's a little dicey, though, because then they could just loam and put the whole combo back into play and still have mana to do it. Not quite. Wait. Yes, quite. They could dredge back loam and put the whole combo into play again. So I think I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I think this is... this is weird. Yeah, I'm on Cataclysm right now, so to get in. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be playing this game. Thinking back, Wasteland, Depths, Wasteland. Sure. They're just going to play Wasteland plus... or they play Depths plus Stage here, right? Make a new 2020. Wait, I should attack first. Deal my 2. They're actually getting low. We probably are going to end up having to plow a Merit Lage, though. So I think they're just going to do the same thing, right? They're going to attack, force me to block, and then loam back the 2 lands. Yeah, I think they're just going to lock me out. Or, like, basically just present a Merit Lage every turn. I never have an opening to play Synchro Prelate. Yeah, I just don't think we'll ever have the shot to Prelate on 2. Unless we drew like Mother of Runes that turn or something. Wait, what? Okay. This is acceptable. No Lage this turn? That's great for me. Prelate this turn on 2? Yeah, that probably would have been better, huh? Right? Prelate plus Plow that turn, because they can't make a second Lage, because they just plow on their turn. Now they can basically lock me out. Yeah, that was the good window. There's a chance I wouldn't have been able to beat the Lage that they had in play, though, right? I plow, but they have the second Lage here, and I think they locked me out of casting. I think it's definitely the better line than what I took, because they can lock me out of mana here. Or not. Alright, this is fine. I don't know what they're doing. Everything is fine, nothing is ruined. Now we just play the Sanctum Prelate on 2, they make a Lage, we block it, we untap, we plow it, and we should be fine. Yeah, I don't really know what my opponent's up to. A tad bit confused. They have this... Oh no, they did. They fired off the crop rotation a long time ago, never mind. Yeah, my opponent's making some questionable decisions. I thought they were going to, like, wasteland my flagstones in upkeep to keep me off of 3 mana and then make the 20/20 again. Which is one of the reasons you don't want to play flagstones. Now we block, we equip, we attack. Confusion leads to interesting spell. Yeah, I've been confused for most of this game. So I don't think they have a backup depths as it currently stands. I think we're just going to plow this now. So worse against crop rotation, but I want to equip this turn so I can start drawing cards. If they have crop rotation, I think we just fucking die. I think this is the play, at least. I think I need to start drawing cards to beat a second stage at some point. If they had crop rot, they killed me last turn. What happened last turn? Yeah, probably. Alright, I'm going to stop thinking about it too much. I'm, like, faffing about here. I don't think they don't, they're just land, not depth. They don't have step. Yeah, don't play around things that you can't beat, but there's like a chance we could beat crop rotation. If we don't equip this turn. But I think the odds of them having crop rotation in hand right now is less than... Oh, no, we're dead. Cool. Then the chance of them finding a stage while we're sitting there slowly trying to kill them from 30. But no, they did have the second crop rotation, which is unfortunate. It was, yeah, it was definitely more calculated than, like, we made a decision that chose to put ourselves dead to the crop rotation in order to give ourselves more draw steps towards fighting a potential stage or crop rotation found in the later turns, right? Because we didn't have an answer ready for another Merit Lage at any point. My skip attack again shouldn't have conceded. But yeah, so my point is that we did not have an answer for a Merit Lage at all. So I wanted to start drawing cards towards finding like Wastelands or Caracas or another Wisp or like a Mother Runes plus Flyer. I guess Wisps are only Flyer, but yeah. That was my intention by making that call there. We could have let the Port resolve, just attacked them for 4 or whatever, held up the Plow so they couldn't make a Merit Lage that turn specifically because they already have the one in play, and then plow it on their turn, which buys us a draw step towards finding if this card was, say, Caracas or like Flicker Wisp. Maybe not Flicker Wisp because this Port. Or like, yeah, like another Plow or Caracas or something, then there's a chance it might have worked out. A little bit convoluted. That game was just kind of messy in general, so I'm not going to put too much stock into it. We lost with Prelim. Yeah, they found second crop rotation on like their like 1-ish turn window. I think removal's bad against lands nowadays, right? Path's going to be better than Plow if I want any sort of removal, though. I think this probably looks okay. I wonder if Cataclysm gets worse. So we don't have as much graveyard hate. And consideration for the 1/1 for 3 Thickets be fired. What card that can't beat Valakut Exploration or Punching Fire or most of the cards in their deck? There's a chance I could board out an equipment. Might be better to leave in another removal spell. My opponent was super aggro on the Dark Depths plan, which is not usually. I mean, it definitely like depends on game to game. I think my opponent's Loam Dredges and just general opening hand and stuff kind of lent itself to that sort of play, but on average, that's not the plan against other taxes, specifically because they're so good at answering it. Probably got GT, if anything. Yeah, GT is like pretty uninteresting. Nice to have an okay amount of removal. I don't know how much removal is correct to play versus lands nowadays, because like you don't want to be caught with your pants down versus Merit Lages like that. But they also like don't play as many creatures because they're not like tireless trackering because of Valakut Exploration. Sand does not have any hate cards. Has a turn 1 Vial, which is very good, but can I afford to mull to like surgical rip? Not sure I can. Does Sand win games though? It's okay. If they don't have turn 1 Exploration. They always have turn 1 Exploration though. Caracas and Wasteland, yeah. I'm not super keen on those cards. Like, if my opponent just like keeps a hand with a Life from the Loam, then this hand is like pretty weak. And it's not like this deck is their deck's pretty keyed in on just keeping hands with Life from the Loam and crushing fair decks. We can trust our opponent to give us more time. No, okay, sure. Well, I guess it's kind of bad given the context of our hand. We can at least go get Batterskull. Oh, well, that one's definitely bad. They definitely need to follow up to this Null Rod, or they've wasted a ton of time and resources to do close to nothing, though. They need to, like, cast Loam or Valakut Exploration in the next couple of turns. Wow, just top deck Exploration. Classic. You're gonna port me? I'll put in the Batterskull and Wasteland them, I think. I think I'm gonna just Wasteland this Taiga. I don't really care about them porting me. They have yet to show us a Loam. So I'm kind of interested in Wastelanding them here. Especially because we have a port that we can start porting them with. Maybe that means I want to Wasteland their port, though, so they can't be porting my port. I don't know, we have a second port, though. I think I just want to wasteland this taiga so I don't get, like, Valakut explorationed as easily. This is Loam. A crop rotation. What are you even going to find with this? What land do you want here? Tabernacle? No. Oh, they just want a crop rotationing for a red source. And then a Valakut exploration here? Yeah. Okay. It's powerful. Let's draw Skyclave. It's not a Skyclave. They'd have a red source if they didn't null rod themselves. I mean, yeah, that was definitely my intention with my wasteland there. And it worked out. They had to burn a crop rotation just to get red for Valakut exploration. Unfortunately, this kind of lets them go crazy now. I think we want to port Taiga. Stoneforge doesn't. It adds 1 power to the board, which doesn't increase the clock. Increases the clock if they ever fetch, but I think I would rather be porting here. It's kind of bad for me because all their top decks are just gas, right? Because if it's lands, it finds them more stuff, and if it's spells, most of their spells find more lands. The best top deck for me would have been for them to find a Valakut exploration. Are you kidding me? Oh, nice. They didn't cast it. Amazing. We're not as dead as we once were. Sure, yeah, port me. I really don't care. I'll put this sword in play if they just port me again. But I won't otherwise. And then the second port, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately they're taking about a billion draw steps here. I think I need to port this stage now, so they can't just draw Dark Depths for at least a turn. Valakut Exploration is already kind of a dead draw because it means that it would end their turn. I think porting the stage here looks better. Bayou finds Valakut Exploration. Now this is bad because it gives them a super big turn next turn. But it also means they'll be at 3, so they need to hit pretty well off the 2 explorations, but they get a lot of looks at stuff. So I guess we'll just wait and see. Port once. Sure. Now we'll play out the Crocus and Stoneforge. And then port the stage again. Although I guess we could always stop a Marilage, right? Because we have the Crocus in play and the Crocus in hand and numerous ports. So we're actually not scared of a Marilage, I don't think. So I think I'd rather maybe port the Bayou to prevent like an Abrupt Decay that they find on my Germ token. Let's go for that. Yeah. Will they hit? Crop Rotation, Field. Oh dear. Field of the Dead. That's close to unbeatable. And crop rotation, so they just hit a bunch more land drops. Yeah. So now the only way we win is if we get the sort of Feast and Famine online, which means we need to find Skyclave for the Null Rod. I guess we could also find Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I think I said they needed a good series of Valakut exploration, but they had a lot of looks, and they definitely hit like field crop rotation blast zone life from the Labe as the 4 cards they get to look at this turn. Or I guess 5. They get a draw step and then 4 looks with Valakut explorations. Ish. And they hit 4 bangers. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to dead now. I want to go home. I also want to go home. Might just call it quits now. One of my biggest pet peeves on Magic Online is like trying to resolve an upkeep through a Tabernacle. It just takes so long for no reason. Yeah, the Norrod really got me because we drew double Stoneforge and had an equipment in our opening hand. I'll take like a draw step, but I really don't want to. Yeah, and Vile. My hand was like Vile, Stoneforge, equipment, 4 lands, and they just like turn 1 null rotted me out of nowhere. We almost got them though, because they almost like iced their own Mox Diamond. I think I'm going to let this one die so I can put in the sword after they port me, right? Get it into play. Cost me less mana overall to do Skyclave stuff afterwards. Oh, they didn't even port me. Sure, whatever. Path to Exile. Yeah, I don't really want to play more turns of this game. Don't really see a way that we win. If we had drawn Flicker Wisp this turn, and then they don't find... They have so many looks at Grove or a second P-Fire, though. Or, like, a Maze of Ith. I should have attacked for 4 with the Germ. Gain 4 life and make them lose a zombie. But I don't think it matters because we're never attacking through zombies, so... If we draw Bolt, we win? Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. I think my opponent has decided that they're just going to not take game actions. Oh, no. They decided I am incorrect. They found a second Field of the Dead? Alright, I'm out. I'm going to put it in my thing so I can F6. Did they not even dredge back Loam last turn? Just like, what if they like just drew a Valakut exploration and just totally bricked? Or like a Force of Vigor. I guess Force of Vigor would have been a good draw. Oh, like that one. Wait, did they actually? Oh no, I think the Force of Vigor. Yeah, the Force of Vigor is under a Valakut exploration. All right, we're about good here. All right, yeah, I'm not taking more draw steps here. Taking too long. I'd much rather talk to chat than play a miserable lands game. Yeah, that was a pretty brutal double Valakut expiration, but like I said, they had a lot of fairly reasonable hits. It's a little unfortunate. I mean, obviously, hindsight being 2020, but if we had played the Stoneforge, the turn I talked about, the Stoneforge not being lethal damage, they would have been at 2 less, and we would have actually been able to attack through 2 zombies with Stoneforge. I mean, they lost a P-Fire to the Valkyrie Inspiration, which they could have just cast on a Stoneforge. Then we have Stoneforge plus Batterskull, the first 2 zombies, and we drew the path. So I think we might have still been able to win if we had like dealt that extra damage. But obviously, hindsight being 2020, we had reasons to make our other plays. Yeah, I think my list is like not super good against lands either. I cut a rip and stuff. Pretty much deleted lands from my sideboard map, but yeah, lands is not something I am teching for super heavily. How's D&D felt? D&D's been great. Mostly because people love playing Delver, and Delver is like actually free for Death and Taxes now, instead of being mostly free. Imagine with the Peacekeeper for Elves, GAC, Show and Tell, stuff like that. Yeah, Eldrazi, Turbo Muxus, Goblins. If I put that deck on the map. As far as I know, I'm the only person that's playing that deck. The deck is a lot of fun, though. It's pretty powerful. There was a question during match 1 that I read and I missed because match 1 was super hectic, but it was something along the lines of with the success of Turbo Muxus, they're like room for other stompy like tribal shells, I think. And the answer to that, in my opinion, is definitely yes. With specifically because I think while Chalice of the Void decks, like just generic prison decks, are not necessarily going to be good just because Oko got banned, in no small part because of Force of Negation. I think tribal Chalice of the Void decks are poised to be very good. Decks that get to play Cavern of Souls and Ancient Tomb Chalice feel like they have the potential to be very powerful, because it demands just a wide variety of answers from your opponents all the time. Versus like, okay, I'm playing against Red Prison, I know I'm going to have to like cast 2 Force of Wills on like a Chalice and a Blood Moon, or a Chalice and a Chandra or a Karn or whatever. But like, if your opponent can lead with turn 1 Lackey or turn 1 Chalice or whatever, and like cast and recoup card advantage with like Muxus and Ringleader and stuff, it just demands a wider variety of answers. I think Eldrazi is the generic like level 0 solution. I think Eldrazi is poised to be really good right now, but I don't have the most fun playing that deck. I find it kind of boring a lot of the time. It's an easy like turn off my brain and just kind of mindlessly go through games. It's how I qualified for one of the showcases. Is like, I don't want to pay attention to this challenge. I'm just gonna queue up Eldrazi, and I like 7-0'd into the top 8. Pray for you to admit that. I'm not gonna deny it. Eldrazi is a pretty easy deck to pilot a lot of the time. I've not played any Bomberman, but it's definitely on my list. I was kind of giving Bomberman a little bit of room to breathe first. Specifically because I think a lot of the Chalice decks were going to massively swing back into the format, and Bomberman was really bad in opposing in Chalice mirrors. It was the worst Chalice deck to play against other Chalice decks with, because Chalice on 0 was so good against you. So if the meta overcorrected towards Chalice decks as people wanted to play their like pet Chalice decks again, then I think Bomberman was going to be in a bad spot for a little bit before it like we stabilized again. Snapples of Idun, thanks for the follow. Just admit you played Eldrazi. Oh yeah, I mean it's public record. It's on MTG Goldfish. My deck list is there. I can't deny it. What's the go-to Delver these days? Grixis. People aren't sure. It's only been a couple days. I think I've seen the most blue-red in Grixis currently, but people are still trying Rug. There's literally only one Bomberman player. Yeah, Bomberman was sweet. The entire Bomberman deck, truly amazing. Literally every card in Bomberman got soft banned by Oko. The fact that Delver had an answer to your 4 toughness creature and could steal your Mentor or your Salvagers, and answered like Karn Ensnaring Bridge, and answered Chalice of the Void. It's just like, okay, Oko literally shut off that whole deck. It was truly incredible. Yeah, Canacan's Bomberman was like a very weird like adaptation towards it with stuff like whatever that Stone Coil guy is. Interested to see if at some point testing between Mentor and Gyruda in like more traditional Bomberman lists. Because I think Gyruda is still a really powerful tool for like a more normal Bomberman. Even if you don't play like Canacan's specific list with like Urza and Stone Coil and stuff, you'd play like Thought Knots or something maybe, just as like even cost top end cards. But that's experimenting that I might do later. Mentor was a really cool card in that deck, and it was very powerful. Wanted to build Barman while for LEDs came $1,000 each. Yeah, I snuck in at a pretty decent time picking up LEDs. I think I got my playset for under that. Try Barman versus my Green Suns in the Oof deck. I played against way too much mana when I was testing Barman. For a while, I like went hard into testing Barman before the big showcase qualifier event. Before there were showcases, it was like the ones where there was a challenge every 4 months, and there was the big event in like January of 2020. I went hard testing Barman for that event, and I scrubbed and died. But I would actually beat up a lot of Maverick players in testing, but I queued into Achilles a bunch. I don't know, like our testing times lined up or something. I queued into Achilles probably like 4 or 5 times at least, and he just kicked the shit out of me every time. It was incredible. Achilles is streaming this exact same event, I believe, with Yori on Maverick right now. Do you think he'll stream the challenge this Sunday? Yeah, I think so. I have plans for it. I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I have plans for it, though. I don't know if I'm interested in playing D&T in a Week 1 challenge. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of nonsense, so I might play something more degenerate. Maybe Turbo Muxus? Maybe not. Not casting cantrips. Play Doomsday. Still not casting cantrips. Hit him with the Hawks. Yeah, it does not feel like a Hawk meta right now. That's for sure. I'm gonna play Gak. Yeah, Gak's never appealed to me as a deck though. If I wanted to like play like an easy deck, I'd probably like go for Eldrazi, like I was talking about earlier. I think Eldrazi is poised to be a good deck in the early budding versions of this format. You get to capitalize on a lot of like people's like clunky garbage, but Turbo Muxus is the way more fun version of that, so I might like just do that. I am currently like 13-2 with Turbo Muxus. I've been fiddling with it because I never like actually ironed out all the kinks in the deck back in July when I was playing it, because I played it for like 2 weeks and then I played it against a bunch of snow decks and I was like, I still hate this and I'm going to leave. But now that it's actually more enjoyable to play, I've been like tweaking it a little bit, ironing out the sideboard and the main deck and stuff. The more I tweak it though, the more I do feel like I'm playing. I should maybe be playing Eldrazi. I think the difference between Eldrazi and Turbo Muxus though is that Turbo Muxus has like a weird amount of inevitability and card advantage over Eldrazi. Eldrazi sometimes has the case of like, oh, if my opponent actually does have 3 removal spells, or like Force from my Chalice and like a Plow or 2 or something, you can like just fall behind. But Turbo Muxus has just like a ton of like late game engine with 4 Ringleader, 4 Muxus. Playing against Fish Duggery, God knows what he's playing. He's been playing Goose Rug Delver lately though, so I'm just playing that. I think I'm definitely gonna mold this hand versus most things on the draw though. Look at these washed fools. He says, I'll bring chat on screen just for Fish Duggery's match, because Fish Duggery and I are buds. So I don't want to just have to repeat everything he says. We might have a nice conversation. Alright, this is easy snap keep. I think I'm just bottoming this Wisp again. All these cards are nuts versus Delver. And nuts versus most things Fish Dugger would play. Unless he's on like some stupid green-white deck, in which case I want to bottom Spirit, but I think he's probably on Delver. He's a blue player at heart. Fuck. I was wrong. He's playing a stupid green deck. Oh well. It's not like a huge punish and mulliganing or something. The difference between a Spirit of Labyrinth and a Flicker Wisp. The rest of my hand is pretty built to fight most things. So he's just playing like a pretty generic Maverick deck. Or maybe he's playing his green-white Reclaimer deck. Oh, that's an unfortunate draw. Don't think I want to plow this on turn 1. It's a little unfortunate, Aether Valve versus the Skyclave we know is coming. Not plowing this Elvish Scrum is only punish if he has Flagstones in his hand. I'd like to be able to potentially like port. Okay, if this is just... Ooh, Spirit actually stopped this, huh? Actually, definitely gonna just play out Spirit here to stop this library from triggering. This mana base looks a little bit clunky. And you can't cast a Skyclave next turn with this mana. Nice Sylvan Library, nerd. Probably gonna wasteland this port. I wonder if he goes after my white source. MTG bought a little bit late to the party here. At least we get a little bit of extra juice out of this Aether Vial before we get Skyclaved. Also, the fact that he had to plow the Mom instead of the Spirit is actually just really good for us. Not getting aggro with this Wasteland. I think he's just also having his own mana troubles. Not going to offer the trade. Might end up porting over plowing, but he's probably going to activate this Reclaimer to go get a Flagstone, so he probably will just end up having to plow this Reclaimer. Does that mean I was supposed to be attacking? No, he could have like Step or something stupid in his deck. God knows. Yeah. Ooh. Cycling with the Plains. Plan to have extra white mana? Die. I wonder if he was supposed to cycle over the Wasteland. Maybe he has another land in hand. Yeah. Now I guess to Skyclave my Vial and Wasteland my Caracas. That's really bad for me, huh? Maybe he'll Skyclave the Spirit so he can turn on his library. Dang, unlucky. We'll draw a white source, we're fine. Let's get Jita here. Best against random turtle creature deck. Maybe we get Skull, considering we have second Stone Forge. We're pretty tight up on mana. GTA is something that's castable if we draw just a colorless land, though. So I think we just have to grab GTA here. This Wasteland's... Whoa, Wasteland's a port. Interesting. Because it's better if we find a second Caracas. It's worse if we find neither, certainly. Green sun for a thing? Oh, Dryad. Sure. Oh, fuck. There's no way you don't pop off this wasteland, right? You snap this wasteland off. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nice. GG, fool. That's what legendary means. Alright, well, we're at a little bit of a standoff here. I'd say his board's a little bit better than mine. Kind of wish I had Battle Skull now, but, you know, we all make mistakes in life. We're a lot of things away from dying horribly. Alright, land is good. I think this is just a DHA turn. Problem is that he just doesn't attack with a Dryad afterwards, and then I can't attack. So maybe we have to Stoneforge again for Batter Skull. I guess we could just get 2 counters and then put the GTA, yeah. Just get 2 counters, suiciding the Stoneforge into the Dryad, and then put the GTA on the Labyrinth afterwards. Yeah, if he plays like Reclaimer or Nyla Reliquary or just Valakut, just fucking die. Once Upon a Time gives him a lot of looks at stuff. Ah, fuck. Oh, we can't cast that, so maybe we have enough turns to actually... Oh, no, we can't cast... Oh, fucking Dryad. He can't cast it. No coder in this list? Yeah, that makes sense. So what do we need to draw here to survive? I guess just actual removal spell? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see random green creatures as one-ofs in, like, a Green Sun Zenith Shell. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see 0 in a 4 Reclaimer list, right? For this deck specifically, they kind of fill a similar role. Yeah, I think we're just super fucking dead. Even though I put the GT on the Spirit, they just block trade with the Skyclave. And I can't bing these guys, because if I equip on the Stoneforge, they just, like, either of these just bricks it. We're just gonna get Valakutted completely to death, right? As soon as they untap, we just fucking die horribly. So I think I want to play this Aether Vial. You can Valakut the Spirit in upkeep too. Well, not Valakutting Spirit in upkeep. Oh no, he can't. Yeah, because he only has 4 lands right now. You would need a 5th land first, because you need 5 mountains in play for Valakut. Oh wait, no, he had a Flagstones. He could have definitely done the thing. Oh wait, no, is this... It needs 6 lands? Okay, yeah, we're good. Are we good here? We're taking 4. We could potentially draw exactly Wasteland to be okay. Then we're just eating into this library. Let's take a draw step. Hey, Zadaras. Good seeing you. If we don't draw exactly Wasteland, we're just gonna horribly fucking eat shit into this Valakut, so. Alright. Call it a day. This deck's actually very land reliant, I would say. So stuff like Cataclysm is like pretty reasonable. They don't have as many like random big beefy dudes. I think this is probably what the side plan is. Argument for like cutting a sword instead of, but Spirit's not super interesting. It happened to line up well there, but these decks probably play like 1 or 2 Sylvan Libraries. Time to bring in the 1/1 for the Dust of Valakut. Yes. I wonder if this was bringing Rip. Yeah, Rip is actually probably a board-in, right? Because it turns off Strange Reclaimer and turns off Flagstones. Is that good enough? Is there other Rip synergies? They probably have like a Ramanap. I think I want to just cut this Sword of Fire and Ice. It's pretty mopey. Don't really want to draw it. I'm going to maintain a decent density of creatures. Yeah, I think Surgical's bad. Chance Cage is good enough. Probably not. Probably board in Containment Priest. Almost certainly board in Priest, but Cage probably doesn't quite cut it. Alright, I'll snap keep this and die to a Violancer. Sam does a lot of good tools. Import a land or wasteland a land, depending on what's happening. Ugh. Oh, this was a 0-lander. He's staring at the 5 non-lands. Oh, Blast Zone. I can't wasteland that one. I mean, I can, but you know. It looks like we're in for a mana denial game here. Yeah, Vial plus Port, back to my roots. Ooh, a white source is nice. Change anything I want to do this turn? Not really. There's an argument for trying to get sort of Feast and Famine in play right now, but 3 mana seems like a flashpoint for this deck. And we have a ton of mana denial, so we can keep him off of like early stuff. It's definitely a reasonable chance. We can just mana denial with Wasteland Port here. Finish the game with Skyclaves anyway. I'm actually going to Port here, tapping the Plains. Because I don't think I'm ever casting Path to Exile here. Because I'm always just going to rather untap an Apparition, a creature. I don't want to give my opponent the basic land. I could potentially want to like Wasteland non-basic. But I'm just playing a bunch of fetch lands. I can't mana deny those. Maybe I might want to cast Feast and Famine this turn now. Hey, Resident Madman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. GTA. Just play GTA import now. It's probably good enough. Whip a land, we could equip Feast and Famine same turn. It's almost certainly removal though. Path for our free removal. I don't think my opponent's gonna keep being very keen on fetching a Dryad Arbor here. We get wrecked by a force of vigor. Nice, not getting wrecked by force of vigor. Can you cast a spell? My god. Am I supposed to put in an apparition here to bait? Like, he's 7 cards in hand. Am I okay playing the waiting game like this? I'm not confident that the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is yes, though. Putting in Spirit is really good if we draw land. Yeah, that's true, but there's almost... I feel like there's like a 100% chance my opponent has removal. Yeah, so I was like never connecting with the Skyclave. I'll play out this Spirit at least. If I didn't draw a castable spell, I was probably going to cast Sword of Feast of Famine this turn, but I'll put a creature into play. Start actually threatening my opponent. Is there a reason to tap one of these and not the other? Not really. There's an opening where he could Blast Zone here, but he would have to tap out, and then he would get super punished. And he would just be Blast Zoning an Aether Vial, so... Sure. Just passing the turn again, my god. This patience, it makes me extremely uncomfortable. Do I just have to like eat a removal spell by equipping and attacking here? Oh, that's a good draw. Starts turning my removal into actual card advantage. Or they're like if they have removal spells here. I think you're meant to Portafetch at some point. I don't know. What does that do? Like just like to let me wasteland something? Maybe I was supposed to waste. You want them to use it as their mana to cast a threat? Doesn't like they fetch a basic forest, and then what do I do? I think I just want to equip. Now, they can pour green, but and I mean, if they want to cast a green spell, they can cast a green spell. When is this done? We're in round 3 of 4, so fairly shortly. Threatening Titan with Tomb next turn. I think you're... I think if there's a Primeval Titan in my opponent's hand, then we can almost never win this game. I don't think I'm going to play around a 1 of Ancient Tomb either. There's Path. God, I almost want to just let this fucking resolve, huh? Just get more lands. Maybe I do just let this resolve. Is that wrong? Yeah, I think I do just straight up want the land. I'll take it. Gimme. There's ever a window, it lets me do sort of feast and famine-y things. So we're not taking him off of colors by porting at first. I think I'm going to port this Wasteland. So we could potentially Wasteland the Wasteland or force him to activate here. Probably activates just on the port, right? But then we can wisp the port, actually, right? Might actually just be better. Hey, Ash9, thanks for the 17-month Prime subscription. Appreciate it. There's the Blast Zone. Ziuari, thanks for the follow. There's the Blast Zone, huh? So we get to... Trying to get Jeff to tune in so we can see our big brains match off. God, what do you even want to fucking do here? And tell me how I vote. I could Flicker Wisp a land on end step. Opens up the ability to actually wasteland this Blast Zone and keep my Aether Vial around, potentially. With, like, the port. He might just Blast Zone the Vial after that, but that's fine. We have a creature in play. Oh. Blast Zone. Is he just going to go for the Blast Zone? Nice. Just fetching, letting me. Yeah. I think I'll take the bait here. So he probably pops the Blast Zone here. That's fine. There's no way I can go for it, right? Like, there's definitely a spot here where I could try to Feast and Famine connect. What are you afraid of on 4 mana? I guess that's fair. Go for it because the removal spell outcome isn't, like, that dreadful for me. I'm just thinking about other options. Yeah, I want... That's fair. Just make them have stuff. There's, like, almost no way they don't have more stuff here, the way they've played this game. But I don't think there's a better decision for me to make. Because their mana is actually pretty low right now. And drawing the land, I can also Wasteland those Wasteland if I want. Yeah, I'll waste the waste. There's the plow. If he had a plow, he would have plowed the first one, though, instead of pathing, right? Maybe it's a second path. Maybe they drew a plow. Yeah, there it is. This is such a weird game. Please play a creature. Put a fucking creature into play, you madman. Thank you. I guess the Blast Zone back. Oh, the Wasteland back. Interesting. And Wasteland's my Wasteland and not the port. Alright, alright. Gimme. Gimme. I wonder if I'm supposed to plow this illusion. Probably not, because I can make my apparition potentially make my apparition a 4/4 with like the sort of Feast of Famine, so it would have to block. Definitely not right now because I'm at like 25. I don't need to pull the trigger on anything right now. Dryad, you say? And Green Sun for 1. So this is a Reclaimer. So now I'm going to plow the Dryad, untap Apparition the Reclaimer here. I'll plow right now too in case it's secretly like a Sylvan Safekeeper or some stupid bullshit. Now we can port instead of holding a path as well. Don't think there's a lot of advantage in me equipping the Skyclave this turn. Like, I don't think pro-green protects my Skyclave from anything particularly relevant, right? It's gonna get a little ugly if he has another answer for my stuff. Skyclave, my Skyclave. Oh, that turns on my path as a new creature. That's fine. Vesuva my port. Cute. Jesus. We're fucking ready to go, huh? Again, I don't see a ton of value in equipping my Skyclave with anything, or my token. Skyclave my Skyclave his Skyclave with my Skyclave under it, yes. Truly claving the skies. I think I'm gonna port their port. And then port their forest. We need to double port to port the forest since I'm always gonna path this Skyclave here. There's no reason for me to represent it. I mean, it very clearly advertises it. Oh, no, I'm supposed to not do that thing that I just said. I was thinking about him being able to port my white source, but I just ported the port, so that doesn't matter. But, like, me not porting a third time here is, like, very clearly indicative that I have something to do still. Wow, attacks with the 1/1. Does he have a removal spell for my thing? Alright, off to the races. This is not pod racing anymore. God, what a fucking game. I can't port 3 green. There are only 2 green available. Could port 3 white. This makes him make the 3rd green available. Yeah. I'm just porting things at this point. thought that was the Stomping Ground. Yeah, no, it's... I think the... Is this the Secret Lair, Wooded Foothills? I want to shitpost in chat, but I'm actually running out of time a little bit. I think I'm gonna move the GTA over the Spirit. Port my port, sure. Oh no, I don't get to connect this turn. I shouldn't have done that. I guess it doesn't really matter, because I couldn't port anyway. Because if I draw a land, no. Yeah, I don't get to connect with the Feast of Famine this turn, actually. Move the GTA here, lets me attack with both for free. I can move either, honestly. So I guess Feast and Famine on the Spirit is better. I want to diversify damage, which means Feast and Famine on the Illusion. It's not free, actually, to equip at all, right? Because I lose out on ports. Let's just attack. Yeah. Yeah, there's the block. Kind of wanted to push damage, but... Me telling you not to port their port result. Yeah, I mean, because he was porting my port specifically, me porting in retaliation didn't matter. Unless I drew, like, a wasteland or something. Yeah, unless I drew, like, wasteland. Oh, yeah, that's not quite gonna do it, opponent. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they're just dead. I can't port enough white sources to feel safe, so I'm just gonna go for lethal. Five plus 8, yeah. They are just dead. Sure. Oh, you're casting your last spell? Better be a good one. Oh, wow. That is a pretty good one, huh? Buys you a bunch of time. Am I supposed to just ping down these zombies, then? Does that even let me do anything? Yeah, it's fine. It's just kind of annoying. I think I'm supposed to ping down the zombies and attack with both, right? Yeah. Oh, they have a fetch. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that. We'll draw Wasteland. It'll be fine. We'll port the fetch, and they won't fetch. Duh. I should play this Caracas last turn. I had a land drop, right? That was dumb. We'll draw a Flicker Wisp and flicker the land. Or flicker the zombie. Maybe I wasn't supposed to ping, because if I drew Flicker Wisp, I just get to kill them. Forcing the fetch there, though, does mean that they are now at 10, which means they're just dead in 2 hits from the solution. Need to play fast. Maybe I was actually supposed to port down... No, I can't even port them out of enough white to fight a Skyclave. He has 5 white sources in play. Port the port. What, for fun? Porting all these green sources means that a Primeval Titan... I could probably just beat a Primeval Titan, I guess. But, you know. Unless they had some, like, weird way to gain life. Protection is BS. Yeah, get me with the old Radiant Fountain. Oh god, that was a fucking game and a half. Made me think too much. 8.5 minutes probably good enough, but I think we're just happy hitting submit again. Things worked out pretty well. Sort of Fire and Ice like looked like it would be clunky in a lot of those scenarios. It like helps accelerate damage output, but gets blocked by just about everything. GTA cleans up creatures if you want to. Feast of Famine, obviously the protections are super good in this matchup. And then Batter Skull, sometimes you just want a dude. Bring in Deafening Silence because of balance. They'll play a lot of spells each turn. Yeah, that's how it goes. In game 2, they cast like no spells, so then in game 3, they cast a bunch of spells. I think that is how the math checks out. Yeah, snap keep. Mom in a Stoneforge with a removal spell. And a Wasteland. I think I would... Maybe I would. Should I plow a turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer rather than play a Mom? They're only threatening the first turn you have them active if you have a Flagstones in hand. And like getting an active Mom would be very nice. Field go. Well, I can Wasteland that later, certainly. Rude. 4 cards in hand. And a second Wasteland. We're going for it. The deck has a ton of lands, though, so maybe that's, like, super greedy. Worked out decently well. We took them off of green, at least for this turn. I think I'm just going to go get Feast and Famine again here. I don't think I want to Wasteland the Field of the Dead now. I do want to Wasteland this at some point. If this game goes long, obviously I want this Field of the Dead off the board. Could potentially just grab, like, Batter Skull here for pressure plus, like, Wasteland usage. We have a Plow in hand. Batter Skull is also immune to Skyclave Apparition. I could Skyclave my Stoneforge, potentially. But, actually don't know. I kind of want to get Batter Skull. It's bad against removal spell right here. Takes us a while to get back up to the Batter Skull, so maybe, yeah. I think I just want Sword. I have to assume my opponent probably has removal spells. The start of a new Quarantine Period. No, I'm probably going to shave more regularly. Just got some, like, stubble here. Whoa. That's fine. I think I'm just going to pay for my Stoneforge Mystic and then put in the Sword. Yeah, Tabernacle not good against this hand. I should not auto-yield. I don't want my opponent to removal spell this. This Tabernacle's gonna fucking time me out, though. You know what? Feast and Famine. I think I'm just gonna go for the equip here. I'll Wasteland the Field of the Dead. If this doesn't connect. I think I'm just gonna Wasteland it even if it does, but yeah. want thoughts on the death of CMC? CMC's been a dumb turn. I'm glad they've figured out something that's better than it. Converted mana cost is like such a nonsense way to try to explain things. So if I wasteland this Field of the Dead and Flickerous my Stoneforge, I'll have 2 creatures in play. I can pay for both of them and then play and re-equip the sword next turn. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Mana value, yeah, exactly. It's just one of those words that sounds weird because we're not used to it. CMC sounds weird because it makes no fucking sense. Yeah, exactly. Got the GGs. Yeah, opponent had a Mold of 6 and a little bit of a clunker there. Didn't find like a fetch for like a basic forest too, which is I'm sure what he wanted to like cast green spells. Had to get like this Savannah and got punished by the Wasteland. Yeah, next turn we just pay for both creatures, play a land, equip sword to the Wisp, because then... Yeah, equip sword to the Wisp, don't even attack with the Stoneforge. Connect, untap my lands, put in Batterskull. Opener was... Yeah. Yeah. He was confirming my suspicions. The only land he hit on the one spawn time was the Savannah, and then we just got to wasteland it. Probably the last match, so you should probably concede. They're probably waiting on us, or we're just sitting there talking in Moto chat. 12 minutes left on our clock total. There we go. Yeah, we were the last ones. Funny. Oh no, Achilles is here in 2-1. I don't know any of these other people. Twins on Twitter, I think. Name sounds kind of familiar. Just sit there and wistfully stare into each other's eyes. Yes. That's for the weekend. That game 2 was really weird. Man. Just us staring at each other across the table for like 5-6 turns. I'm glad Blue Nil convinced me to put the Sword of Feast of Famine back in the deck. And by convince me, I think he just said, I cut a cage for the Sword of Feast of Famine, and I immediately said, yeah, that makes sense, and did it myself. Feast of Famine has a lot of like cross applicability in the format right now, I think. Heavily calculated. Did all the sideboard mapping, and it was like, I don't think we need the second cage. Even a better story, you just didn't have 2 cage arts that were the same. Amazing. My brain was like, well, I usually have like 4 to 5 graveyard hate cards, and I'm cutting this Rest in Peace. It makes me feel a little bit naked towards the graveyard decks. But after I thought about it more, and you talked about cutting the second cage, I was like, well, Peacekeeper is like kind of a graveyard card in a lot of ways, versus like the heavy graveyard decks like Hogak and Dredge. Less so Dredge, but... So, pretty reasonable convinced to cut the second cage. I kind of just did a swap from a rip to a cage because I wasn't convinced I wanted 2 rips anymore. Playing against Twinless Twin. Alright, lands and spells. We're good to go. These are good lands and spells too. If my opponent was last seen 23 days ago on Sneak, so it could be anything really. But like, turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Port is just good against all the decks, right? odds on him? Is Twin Twin like a heavy Sneak and Show player? I've seen them on Twitter, but I don't know if I've paid close enough attention to their deck lists. So if I click on this link, it probably shows me their past history. If they have just like sneak, then maybe. Oh, judging him on the name. that's valid. Twinless Twin does sound like a Sneak player. Plays well. Yeah, I expect a blue deck of sorts. In Mold of 4, though, do they expect to play a real game of Magic? Okay, because they are just like telling me what they are, at least a little bit. Oh. Uh-oh. Doomsday? Uh-oh. Stop it. Stop it. Wow, are we just like dying on a Mold of 4 to Doomsday? Christ. Kill me. The London Mulligan was a mistake. Important to always get there. Probably not. Turn 1 Doomsdays are almost always just going to be Island, Island, Oracle, Fetch, Fetch, which you can basically never beat with Mana Denial. We'll just die in 2 turns. Can we errata Sanctum Prelate to say non-creatures or creatures named Thassa's Oracle? Probably on 2 and hope he doesn't read. Works better in paper than it does on Moto, that's for sure. I've played against like Delver opponents who like didn't cast their Delvers because they thought they couldn't. Yeah, if you really think about it, Thassa's Oracle is basically not a creature. It shouldn't really count. Yeah, just like I'm not gonna explicitly tell my Delver opponents you can cast your Delvers. Sometimes they just like don't read the card and they're like, oh, I can't cast any 1-drops. This pile seems like it's taking a long time to just beat Fetch, Fetch, Island, Island, Oracle. Do I see? There's Island. They probably don't have 3 islands. It seems like they didn't build the pile, right? Seems like they built a more aggro pile to just try to kill me next turn. But there's the ideas. There's 2 Street Wraiths, but there's no Edge of Autumn. So what the hell does their pile look like? Has someone ever untapped the Thassa's Oracle? Does the game just end? Hey, sometimes in like an inverter, right, you would play it out to like scry towards other pieces when you had like redundant oracles and stuff. Wow, main deck Mystical Dispute? Jeez. I mean, I don't know what they decided to make their pile, but I probably can't beat it, so I'm just gonna port them and call it a day. Is there like a way that I can win by wastelanding instead of porting? I think it's just going to end up being better in general, so I guess I'll go for it. Could prevent like a Brainstorm as their last card here in upkeep or something. They don't have the blue draw 3 though. Their ideas is exiled. Stops edge too. Oh yeah, that's fair. Could stop an edge cycle. They have to have lands in their pile. There's no LED in their pile. There are 3 Lotus Petals, notably. So it feels like their plan is something with LED, but I don't know how they're going to draw their cards. So I think it's probably just best to fire off this Wasteland and hope for the best. The one notable thing about not porting there is that if I ported them and they somehow didn't kill me, we could potentially like Prelate on 0 to turn off this LED. Whereas we can't do that next turn now because we've Wastelanded. Yeah, there's the LED. Well, I guess that didn't matter if the LED was just their top card here. Alright. Tick up. Thalia's not nothing. I'm never winning this game on damage, but I'm also this port cannot be relevant, right? I guess if they end up playing a fetch land, but there's no way they have a fetch land in this pile, right? Best draw next turn is probably just Skyclave. Flicker Wisp actually could be nice. We'd eventually flicker out the LED depending on how this turn plays out. No downside to just playing poor and Viling Thalia, right? Yeah, I think that's my plan. Because the Stoneforge is literally never going to matter. They will deck long before I kill them with damage. So yeah, the play is just put in the Thalia. I guess I could have waited until like their turn or something, but whatever. Yeah, I'm confused why they didn't just do Plains or Island or Island Oracle fetch. But now I think we're just dead to Thassa's Oracle here. Are they just gonna go for it? I guess we don't have a plow to punish them, but seems like such a whack pile. There's something to cast afterwards, maybe? Just a preordain? So we actually could have just killed, like, you just lose the game if we have a Source of Plowshares here? This is a very bizarre line. Oh no. There's a third Street Wraith in there. What a bizarre pile. Yeah. I think my opponent needs to discover the, wait, maybe they don't have two islands? Do they only have one basic island, maybe? Island. They have two swamps. Even then, I think Underground Sea Island Oracle fetch is still better than what they just did. But yeah, they got me. Power was soft to like a lot of things that I could have drawn. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Mostly just Spirit of the Labyrinth, I guess. Yeah, this is not a good matchup. Definitely not what we wanted to see in the last round of our event here. And then them mulling to 4 and then turn 1 Doomsdaying me. A little bit annoying. I don't even know if Cataclysm is what you want versus Doomsday. Like, you want to go Armageddon mode versus a lot of the combo decks, but Doomsday games never feel like they go long. Because it depends on what our board outs are. Easy Plows and GT. Stoneforge Mystics, something like that. So is there a card in my deck that's worse than these Cataclysms? I'm not sure if the answer is yes. Is Skyglide better than Stoneforge? Yeah, I find it better. Exile random, like, post-board permanents. Or, like, the naked LEDs and stuff. It's potential I don't want 3, certainly. I could see something like this. Is Mom live? I don't know. I mean, they certainly have a Massacre in their sideboard, but they probably have, like, a break. Oh, they're straight blue-black. They might have, like, bounce spells or something. They certainly have some form of interaction outside of a Massacre, right? There's no way you just get to play 0 bounce spells on a Massacre versus, like, the Hate Bear decks or, like, the Chalice decks, right? You'd be playing, like, Echoing Truths if you're on straight blue-black. Keeping removal is worth next to nothing versus Doomsday. Removal as in, like, plows. Yeah, I don't think I'd play Kata. I'd probably play Geddon. I don't think Kata's worth it. I think this is probably okay. As okay as it gets. This matchup is pretty heinous. Alright, snap it off. Turn 2 Spirit. And a Surgical. Probably about as good as it's gonna get. Have we memed about boarding in Peacekeeper for every single match? We would have got a board in the Peacekeeper if my opponent was on a show and tell deck. Oop. Knocked my mic. Yeah, I think the Peacekeeper is like actually okay. It's a bit narrow though. Bodied someone with a Peacekeeper in the mirror tonight. Yeah, it's like just a weird reserveless buyout thing. I have one because it's in a it's been in my D&D maybe board box for 100 years or something, I'm sure. Alright, time to eat shit to days and lose the game. Wish there was a better card to play against Doomsday, but just like I have tried to tackle this matchup a lot since it's popped up, and just D&T, you just don't have a good matchup. You just gotta kind of take your licks, which is unfortunate if this deck turns out to be like the premier combo deck of the format. Then you start to really have problems. Do I Surgical Delta? I don't think so. I think Surgical it has more upside than Surgicaling a Doomsday pile. You really think so? Maybe. Try to like rip a land out of their hand. Our hand is not going anywhere versus a Doomsday next turn anyway. Like we're not going to beat it with a Surgical Shuffling their pile. This hand is our hand is fucking god awful. All right. Hashtag don't surgical. Yeah, I'm gonna end up on Twitter with hashtag don't surgical that. Buying turn one versus a pile. Yeah, buying like a turn or two versus a pile doesn't matter when like this is our fucking hand. I do agree with that assessment that I don't think the surgical has a lot of value to me. What the fuck is this card? Oh, it's a bounce spell. It's an Echoing Truth that also mind rots. Take a little snippet here. I guess I should snippet their whole deck, huh? Am I supposed to pull? Yeah, I'm supposed to pull the fetch out of their deck. They're on a one-lander. Not an Echoing Truth, but it's a bounce spell. Echoing Truth's extra text comes up like I'd say what under 10% of the time. They just have like 3 Fatal Pushes as their interaction spells, and like the 1 bounce. Just gonna like draw a dark right here. I'm gonna cry. All right, brick. Say it with me now, chat. Brick. Did I cut my hair shaved just for the streamers a coincidence? It's a coincidence. I cut my hair and shaved like 2 weeks ago for my wedding. Oh, well, it's not a fetch. I'm surgical most of those. Wow! Alright. Brainstorm into Black Source Dark Grit? Alright, sure. That's my day-to-day, I guess. They found a shuffle. They had that shuffle in their hand the whole time. And yeah, they had the Massacre in their deck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this matchup is like stone cold unwinnable. I think this matchup might be worse than Elves. Which is not a good thing. There's not a lot of things you can actually play to realistically make it good. Congrats, JR. Condolences. Yeah, I was about to say that. You're really congratulating Aishanaz on marrying me? I'm a schmuck. Maybe they'll make a bad Doomsday pile again, and we'll win. No, they just specifically say, tell Magic to us part. That's not true. She's lying. I have a recording. I could play the whole wedding for all of chat. All 57 of you. We better if you were on Turbo Muxus and then losing to this with a massive board. Yeah, but like Turbo Muxus is actually good at like killing your opponent before they can like, because a lot of these Doomsday piles have to pass the turn, and then Turbo Muxus could just kill them because my opponent's going to like 8. You probably have time during this Doomsday pile. Yeah, my opponent seems like they're learning Doomsday. Like, turn 1 Doomsdaying me and not just easily going for the island Oracle fetch line seems like kind of a punt. They made like a really weird pile that almost killed them if I had like a Skyclave or something. Are they actually killing me same turn? No. Well, Skyclave is pedaling over the best, you know. Oh, they still have Force of Will in hand too, so they can just like force whatever I do. Their last 2 cards in hand are Force plus that stupid bounce spell. Yeah. Definitely, like... It's a deck that's definitely hard to pick up and go, so, like, learning Doomsday Piles is definitely probably one of the hardest parts of this deck. Alright. LED... Edge of Autumn, Wraith. They can't actually draw cards here. Well, I'm pretty sure this Prelate is approximately 0% to resolve. Because I'm pretty sure their hand is still just like fetch or force plus bounce spell. And they can force or bounce spell my Prelate. Yeah, we can actually just fucking count it, right? Force, and there's no bounce spell, which means we know that because they brainstormed, and oh no, they did shuffle, so technically it could be one of the cards in their deck, but this Prelate's just going to get Force of Will or bounce spelled, and then they're going to kill me next turn. I'll put it on the stack at least. Probably stop their pedal, come back down. This is not a Fiend Hunter. Alright, I was kind of hoping they would force it so I didn't have to decide on a number. Brainstorm. Ponder. Preordain. How many Preordains are in their deck? 1. It's right here. So we can piece together all 6 cards that they have. The problem is that I think my choice just doesn't matter, right? They have a Massacre. We're just going to get Massacred and die, if nothing else. So you have to put it on 4. If we put it on 4, they can just do their thing. And bounce spell me. Like, I don't think any of my decisions matter. I'm just wondering if there's, like, a way to, like, not die. Yeah, name 4 is the way to die less hard, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with D&T versus Doomsday specifically, is that you have... I guess it's a problem with a lot of decks can't interact with a Doomsday, like post-Doomsday, besides racing, but D&T's really bad at aggressively racing, so you can't really, like, let the Doomsday resolve and try to kill them like some other decks can. Alright, well, if they don't have the bounce spell, we do have lethal. But, like, we know they have bounce spell, force, and massacre as 3 of the 5 cards left. Yeah, the bounce spell's in hand. Oh, they did cast a brainstorm. So technically it's not, but it's not exiled, right? so we know it's in their hand or deck. I mean, I'm going to equip an attack, because I don't have any other plans to win this game. Yeah, if it's not in exile, it's in the hand or the pile, which means they're going to bounce my Skyclave here. Yeah. And then kill me next turn. So the rest of their deck is... Their hand is Force of Will, and their deck is Oracle... Land? Yeah. So they do know... They do know the, wait, did I miscount the Massacre? Could I have won this game? Oh, yeah, I did miscount the Massacre. But I couldn't have won this game because the other card is Force of Will, so I can't name 2 and 5. They could have Force of Will the Sword of Fire and Ice or bounced the Skyclave, depending on what I named with the Prelate. I did just, like, not count this Massacre, though. But it didn't end up, it didn't matter. I don't think any of my decisions mattered post Doomsday hitting the stack. In fairness. Oh, right, I'm not F6, sorry. Sorry, opponent. Their hand is Force of Will, and they... Yeah, so they do know the fetch land, land, Oracle pile. They just, like, didn't do it game 1 for some reason. Yeah, unfortunate. You get, like, what? Oh, we get fucking 10 points for just 2-2ing? Man, these 2 prelims are gas. So much fucking better than, like, oh, you have to 4-1 or 5-0 or you get nothing. You lose 150 play points. Yeah, but, like, you only play in these if you want qualifier points. They're really bad EV if you're trying to get, like, infinite money or whatever, but it's so easy to go infinite on Moto that just, like, I'm willing to burn some play points to try to fast track some QPs, certainly. Can't spell drop. Any prize you'll want to be... Okay, yeah. I always have to make sure, even though I drop from a ton of events all the time, I always, like, read that little line to make myself feel better, just to make sure that I get my stuff afterwards. But yeah, 10 points puts me, like, almost to the 40 I need for the thing. Whenever that is. Does anyone in chat know? Should we find that out? I probably shouldn't, because I should go eat dinner. But I'll look it up later, instead. Let's find someone to, host, though. Oops. Limited is this weekend? Does that mean the Legacy and stuff is probably next weekend, then? Yeah, short stream. The prelims are only 4 rounds now. Alright, we can check real quick, because someone posted the link. Did you finish Paper Mario? I don't think I ever actually did. Maybe we'll play some when I stream the challenge. Super qualifiers, no. Showcase qualifiers. No, I want the showcase challenges. Oh, here's the schedule. Alright. For you guys at home. This was last weekend. The Legacy... Wait. Legacy qualifier? They were last weekend? I thought this was like a PTQ, wasn't it? Were these qualifiers? Oh, no, they're called super qualifiers, right? They're different? Wait, what? I'm so confused. I don't understand at all what a qualifier is. What is the difference between a qualifier and a super qualifier? Man, alright, I'm just not going to try to think about this. There's a showcase challenge in like 3 weeks, it looks like, March 7th. Organized play, you'll be outraged and confused. Last week was a Legacy, not showcase, PTQ, yes. That's what I thought. Qualifiers are PTQs, right? Oh, yeah, because the Super Qualifiers were, I guess, also PTQs, but different? Yeah, because the Showcase Challenge is okay. We got there. We figured it out. Super PTQs, invites top 2. All right, so there's one Showcase Challenge that happened. The next one is like a month and a half later, March 7th. So this is the second one. The third one is April, and then there are the last chance events, and then there are the qualifier, like the special events after that. Okay. So there are 2 more qualifier events. There are 2 more showcase challenges in March and in April. So the schedule got fucked up because they had this like weird PTQ season in the middle of end of March or end of January, beginning of February. All right. Glad we all went on that adventure together, chat. That's when I'm going to host. Twitch.tv. Caleb's streaming Legacy, but I like to stream people that have less viewers than Caleb's Titanic amount of viewers. Hey, Lackey's streaming. Ghost Lackey instead. /host Goblin. Does anyone know what the difference between a host and a raid is? I always use host, but people always use raid. I'm never going to hear the answers to your questions because I'm going to hit host and leave. But I'll see you guys all later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm glad to be back to streaming. I'll be back at the minimum. I'll be back Sunday streaming a challenge. I don't know if I'll stream between now and then, though. Host keeps you on yours. Raid sends your people there. So I should probably do raids then, right? Raiding is just better. Raid. Goblin Lackey 1? Yeah. Alright. Now I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to do a lot more streams in the future now that Legacy doesn't suck ass. I'll see you guys all next time.